Hi, third grade. Today we are going to read a book about wheels and axles. It is right here, Wheels and Axles, Simple Machines. So we start off with our first nonfiction text feature, Table of Contents. So we use our table of contents to figure out what page each chapter or section will start on. So there will be some questions after our video for you to answer about the table of contents today. What is a wheel and axle? Have you ever ridden a skateboard? Skateboards have wheels and axles. Wheels and axles help skateboards roll smoothly. A wheel and axle is a simple machine. A simple machine has few or no moving parts. Wheels and axles help move people and objects from one place to another. This is called doing work. Fun fact here. I love fun facts. Skateboard axles are called trucks. I did not know that. Simple machines make work easier. You use force when you do work. Force causes objects to start moving, stop moving, or change direction. You use force when you throw or catch a ball. The amount of force you use is called effort. Simple machines reduce the amount of effort you need to do work. What simple machine is this one? I wonder if you've ever seen one of these or used one of these. It has a wheel and axle I see right here. How wheels and axles work. I love this diagram they have here. So here is an example of an axle, this label. And this label shows us that the gray part is the wheel. A wheel and axle has two parts that work together. The larger part is the wheel. The axle is a smaller wheel or rod attached to the wheel. The wheel and axle always turn together. Since the wheel is larger, it always moves a greater distance than the smaller axle. When you turn the wheel, the axle moves a short distance, but with more force. This happens when you open a door. So the doorknob is actually a wheel, and this part that sticks into the doorknob is the axle. And then they didn't show us the latch, but if you ever see the latch on your door, when you turn the wheel, the doorknob, it causes the axle to pull in the latch so you can open and shut the door. It also happens when you turn a water faucet on or off. One turn of the handle makes the axle open or close a water valve. Pretty cool, huh? When you turn the axle, the wheel moves a longer distance, but with less force. So when the wheel turns, it has a lot more force. It can turn the axle with more force. If you're just turning the axle, then it still moves, but with less force. This happens when you ride a bicycle. Bicycle pedals are attached to the axle part. When you press down on the pedals, the wheels turn. So you can either turn the wheel, which causes the axle to move, or you can turn the axle, which causes the wheels to move. And so when you're riding a bike, the pedals are turning the axle, and that causes the wheels to move. Wheels and axles make it easier to move objects. Have you ever tried pushing a heavy box on the ground? The bottom of the box scrapes the ground. This kind of scraping is called friction. Ooh, that fancy vocab word from yesterday. Wheels and axles roll so they reduce friction. There's less friction with wheels and axles. It is easier to push a box on a cart when it is on wheels and axles than when it is on the ground. So here's an example of a cart that's carrying some boxes. You might have seen these in the airport before to carry your luggage. Examples of wheels and axles. Here's an example. I wonder if you know what this is called. These two objects. There are many kinds of wheels and axles. A screwdriver is a wheel and axle. The handle is the wheel and the shaft is the axle. You apply force by turning the handle or wheel end of the screwdriver. The axle end or shaft moves at the same time. This turning force is called torque. Gears are wheels and axles with grooved edges called teeth. The teeth are designed to fit together so that one gear turns. It causes another to move. Sometimes large gears are attached to small gears. The large gears, sorry, I can't talk today, turn at a slower rate than the small gears, but with greater force. Gears help bicycle and car wheels turn faster or slower. Ooh, another fun fact. These are my favorite nonfiction text features, are these little sidebars. A gear train is a group of 2 or more gears that work together. The gear that is turned first is called the driver. So you may have seen on fancier bikes a whole bunch of gears. Wheels and axles and complex machines. Wheels and axles are often parts of complex machines. A complex machine is made of 2 or more simple machines that work together. Many amusement park rides are complex machines that use wheels and axles. One of the tallest rides is the Ferris wheel. A Ferris wheel is a wheel and axle that you can ride. Fun fact, the tallest Ferris wheel on Earth is called the Singapore Flyer. It is 541 feet tall. I want you to think, what is this nonfiction text feature called? What do we use it for? This will be a question on your assignment today. All right, 3rd grade, that is the end of the video. Please make sure you open up your question document and answer that and hit turn in when you are done. Have a good day. Bye.